Did you know that Justin Posey traveled over 4,500 miles just to hide the treasure? And he had a broken tibia. Here's an image of a broken tibia whenever he went out on the trails to hide the treasure. These are some key insights coming straight from his book, Beyond the Map's Edge. And today we are diving into Posey's book to explore the connections between his life, his clues, and possibly the treasure's location. We will be zeroing in on places that matter most, especially those tied to his childhood, family, and personal stories. In the chapter called Dad's House, we get a clear picture of how Posey learned to think. His father wasn't just into puzzles, he lived them, rebuilding engines, whipping up gourmet meals, and reading adventure-packed stories from True West magazine and the Hardy Boys series. It's more than a cool backstory, it shaped how Justin approaches problems. His dad taught him to slow down and observe and love the process of putting things together, just like rebuilding those engines bolt by bolt. This same methodical mindset is baked into his treasure poem itself, layered clues that demand patience and precision. And his dad's passion for maps and navigation, that definitely left a mark. Geography and landscape interpretation are core to this treasure hunt. Moving on to some of the clues from his childhood. Posey wasn't just influenced by his dad. His own childhood adventures shaped how he sees challenges. In Bait Bonanza, a chapter in his book, he became obsessed with catching crawdads. Not just for fun, but he wanted to be the best. Hours were spent testing different techniques, and then he began to realize that the simple techniques and the simple traps caught more crawdads than the complex traps. Does this sound familiar? It echoes the poem's final stanza, suggesting that the solution might be simpler than people are assuming. So this is a key hint from the book and from that story. Then there's another story called Weepul Winners. Weepuls are those little fuzzy stuffed animal toys. And in this story, he hacks a school contest by noticing the rules didn't limit entry submissions. That kind of lateral rule-bending thinking is exactly what we need in this treasure hunt. So he was able to enter as many times into the contest as he wanted, eventually winning the contest. Next, moving on to some of the Montana connections from his book. Montana isn't just a pin on the map. It's personal. His grandfather, Wayne Fitzwater, was a fish and game warden who patrolled the Beaverhead Deer Lodge National Forest. Over 3.3 million acres of wild beauty. Posey spent summers exploring places like Dillon, the ghost towns of Bannack and College, or Coolidge, Crystal Park, and rivers like the Big Hole and Jefferson. These aren't random spots, and I know a lot of people were already eyeing down on these spots potentially before they read the book. But after reading the book, these are some of the main places mentioned. Posey's book is filled with stories that seem simple. Some other stories that could have hidden meanings from Justin Posey's book include the Postal Pilgrimage chapter, where he keeps rattlesnake rattles in a jar. And this is a scary childhood story, or it's a metaphor for danger contained and treasure protected. Then there's the Gracie Grail story, featuring an old Apache map that was found in the Apache territory in Arizona, specifically in Dragoon Mountains area. And this might not be the treasure location, but it reveals his fascination with maps, artifacts, and the thrill of the find. This hunt isn't just about decoding a poem, it's about understanding the man behind the mystery, his roots, his mindset, and his emotional ties to places like Montana may hold the key. The clues might be buried not just in dirt, but in his stories. If you want a deep dive into the specific places he mentions across Montana, New Mexico, Arizona, or Washington, let me know in the comments and I'll break those down in the next video. Really, just let me know what y'all want to see me cover in these videos. My plan for the next video is to cover all of the locations that he mentions throughout the book and why others might be more important. Also, I've started a Discord community for all the treasure hunters that are hunting down this treasure. So check the first link in this description to join us. And thank you everybody for watching, and happy hunting.